I want to welcome you guys first to this event. We will have another one in the fall time. I always find that Greg's presentations are great because he gives you information on what's going on in every city. So time after time, I do bring him out. So I find that his presentations are great. All right, so we're going to let Greg, you can take the show.
So great to be back here. Thank you very much for inviting me back. My name's Greg Casey, for anybody who wasn't here last year. I am the Regional Risk Manager for Genworth in the province of Ontario. So my job is to be the subject matter expert for real estate in the province and where called upon in the rest of Canada. Out of all the different knowledge sets and things that I'm asked to do, probably the hardest thing I have to do is to get information on the markets that's accurate, that's timely, and that's unbiased. Now, coming on the heels of 2016, 2017, everybody's had whiplash and they're wondering, what's happened to the market? What's happened to the market? But what we're actually seeing is most of the data that we're getting tells us that we're on that 5-year average. We're just slightly below it. Without question, over the last 10 years, we've had 8 major changes from the government with regards to mortgages. And what we found in the past is it knocks 10 to 15% of the home buying public out of qualification for about a year. The changes we saw in 2016 with the high ratio stress test in October and January 1st, 2018 with the low ratio stress test have been more significant. We figure somewhere around 20% of the home buying population was impacted, but we figure at the end of the day, the impact will probably be somewhere between 10 to 15%. Because there's a number of intangibles that we really can't measure there, like the bank of mom and dad. How often are they going to be stepping up to help out? With regards to 19 and 20, the economists have gone way out on a limb and told us we're going to have better than average number of sales and price increases. It's not really too far out on a limb because the average price increase over the last 40 years is about 3%. Takeaway number 1. The house you are working on today will be worth more next year and the year after. When you're going through this process with people, and I know no more than ever before, it's an educational process for your customers. You almost have to take them through 3 or 4 offers until they finally click in and get it. That's the difference between the last 3 years and doing your job before. The cooling factors, well, no question, the stress test. At Genworth, we're a high ratio mortgage insurance company, so that's less than 20% down. But we also do bulk deals for the lenders in the low ratio space we insure. We have $161 billion worth of mortgages that we've insured. But I think we're in a situation where we have so few listings and so many customers, we haven't really seen the damage to the full extent because it's just a really shortage of supply. It's those homeowners that were sitting on the fence are just not willing to put their homes for sale. And unfortunately, the supply of homes is at a 10-year low. Now, hopefully, as we get into the spring season, what we'll see is the numbers year over year will start performing better from the ones we saw last year right after that high ratio stress test impacted its full extent. And that will give the homeowners confidence to start putting their houses onto the market, and we will return to a more normalized market.